Hey, Eddie. Eddie's got a haircut, fellas. Eddie's got a haircut. Here we are. Eddie's got a haircut.
Yeah,
Welcome.
no more of this.
Welcome back to the Superior Ball Knowledge Podcast. We're here.
A
We have
lot has
had
happened.
a lot has happened. Sorry, it's been like 2.5 weeks since we last uploaded something.
It's not been that long.
It will be because this is going to come out on Monday, and that is we usually record on Thursday, drop on Friday, so it's like 3 days, like almost a week and a half. Yeah, 2.5 weeks. Sorry. Now,
Oh my goodness, it has. Hey, I'm
yes,
sorry I had to graduate. I just started my new job, loving it.
yeah,
Okay.
Eddie's
Semper
Eddie's
Consulting, if you guys want to look them up.
give him a shout out. Sure, buddy. That you're not a sellout at all. Now,
How am I? What are you talking about?
let's talk about what's going on here because we are really late to this. We last time you heard us, we were at the we were at the first round of the
At the
draft.
combine?
Yeah, we were at the combine. No, we were at the first round of the draft, and it was a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed that as much as we did, but that was a ton of fun. Now we're
My
gonna give our
chocolate milk story.
grades. We're gonna give our grades for the draft. Now, the only thing is that we're about 2 weeks late to this. Wow, I heard
Who
that.
cares?
That was a lot.
We can just
That was
say
a
we were
lot.
analyzing the draft and we wanted
We
to
were
get this right.
analyzing the draft very closely. But I mean, a lot of things went down. I had a family member pass away, so we had a lot going on. So our new
That
upload
is
schedule
true.
is we will try. I mean, the plan is that we will record on Sundays, post
And
on
drop on Monday.
Mondays.
Yep.
So as long as I can get that turn around real fast, but it's going to be a little bit challenging. Again, a lot's going on in our personal lives where a lot of things are changing and shifting. So we're gonna have
And
to
I'll
see how
tell
that
you
works out.
and I'll tell you what, we will find a groove that works for us and we will get content out.
Yes. So we are going to go through each and every uh, division, and those will be its own separate videos. This is basically going to be the podcast and all of those put together. So if you want to
Yep.
hear
The episode
everything,
this week will be everything.
yes, you will hear it all here. Or if you really just care about your team, you can jump over to the division and find your team in that video. Now,
Yep.
let's get into it. All right, so we're gonna start here with the NFC West. Kicking it off with the Arizona Cardinals. We're going to talk briefly about each of their picks with varying degrees of length. But let's keep it quick. Let's keep it simple. Jeremiah Love, you saw our reactions day of. I don't think this is going to turn around the franchise, but it is a fun pick. It is an entertaining pick. Yada, yada, yada. Now, Chase Besantis is the kind of pick that helps you take that next step, I think. You would agree?
Yeah, it's gonna help with that Jeremiah Love pick too.
Right. Now Carson Beck, I mean, I'd give that a C minus. There are a lot of better quarterbacks on the board, and
The
you took
problem is
one that's
he was the
25.
second quarterback off the board.
He's the second quarterback off the board, and he's an older prospect. So I don't think he's a
Still not
short.
the oldest still not the oldest player drafted ever.
No, he's not a short term answer, and he's also not a long term answer. Caleb Proctor, nice depth piece. You got to fill a hole where Calais Campbell left,
Yep.
right?
Yeah, because Campbell just signed with the Ravens.
Reggie Virgil, nice. You guys have some weapons. Carson Sherrar, cool depth piece. Jaden Williams, don't know much about him, but you picked a tackle from an SEC school in the 7th round. It's either going to be he's not in the league in 3 years or he's going to be a decent backup, probably.
More than likely.
Yeah. So let's go to the Rams
Well,
now.
what would you give their draft as a whole?
Well, I would give them a C. Like they didn't impress me by any stretch of the imagination, but
I would also agree. However, I'm gonna give them a B minus because it also wasn't the worst draft in the world. They did get better.
they did get better, but it wasn't they didn't pick the players that would help turn it around quickly.
I mean, here's the thing. Their defense wasn't a huge it's not great, but it's also not awful. There's definitely at least 10 defenses in the league that is worse than the Arizona Cardinals right now. At least that's how I
Right.
feel about it.
And you did lose guys like Jalen Thompson and that sort of thing. So I'm not exactly sure what this defense is going to look like. Again, I don't follow the Arizona Cardinals very closely, but you know,
Well, I don't either,
I would
but
be very surprised if they did not have a top 10 pick next year.
oh, they're gonna have a top 10 pick next year, but I
Yeah.
also think they're better than 3 wins.
I would say they're a good 4-win team. You
I
know
got
what I mean?
I'll give them 6.
The most I'd go is like 5, to be frank. But I think Jeremiah Love is going to be a lot of fun to watch. At least you have something nice to watch in Arizona now, right?
True. And you're also after this year, you'll be off of the Kyler Murray contract. So you'll have money.
Right. And you also have decent offensive weapons. Actually, your receiving core is actually pretty good.
I don't think Michael Wilson is there still, unless he resigned and I didn't see it.
I believe Michael Wilson is still there. I haven't seen him. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Michael Wilson is still there. Trey McBride,
I
Marvin
thought
Harrison.
I'm gonna say, but you got a top 3 tight end at worst. McBride, Marvin Harrison maybe can finally develop. You know, he's got Mike LaFleur there. The offensive line isn't the worst in the world. There's definitely worse. Adding Basantis only helps. You got a generational running back talent.
So it looks like Michael Wilson's still under contract this year. It's rookie deal. He signed in May 2023. It's a 4-year contract. He'll be a free agent next year.
23, 24, 25, 26. Yeah, he will be a free agent next year. Yeah, no, that sounds,
I guess so.
that sounds all right.
Yeah, he's a third
That's
round
fine.
pick. So
yeah,
I mean,
fine.
you have a pretty decent upside team here. But anyways, we're gonna go to the Rams.
Now. We don't even tell you right now. They had 5 draft picks. I understand drafting Ty Simpson as the heir apparent to Stafford.
Or gotten an equivalent. You could have gotten
the rest of the draft. I could give. I
it's
don't
not
care
a good draft. It's really not. The NFC
the worst
West
part is, Sam, they're not the worst draft in their division.
No. But I will say the NFC West probably had the worst draft out of all the divisions. They were the worst.
Yeah, probably.
And I think the NFC East was the best.
Oh, the NFC East killed it.
The NFC East killed it. But yeah, I'm Ty Simpson. I'd give it a B.
Well, but that's the
you're
best.
A win now
that's the
team.
thing, though.
The problem is that you're a win now team, and you have gone all in, and then all of a sudden you take a pick where you could really you could have gotten Ruben Bain. Are you kidding me? And you took a guy who's not even going to play for you for a few years. I get it for the future.
It could be. It could be after next year.
But this is not a team. Yeah, right. It could be later. Or if you didn't trade your other first round pick, or you made a trade with 61 and 197 and moved up earlier in the second round to get a guy. But you went and you took Ty Simpson when you said that you're a win now team, and you're not gonna have another top 15 pick.
Well, first
you might
of all,
as well spend it on
let me ask you this, Sam. What position on the Rams is bad?
It's not necessarily about having a bad position. It's about getting a position or a player that can make an impact now, rather than make an impact when your MVP quarterback is still playing for you.
The Rams are in a position, and I agree with everything you said. I'll make that clear. But the Rams are in a position where they don't see a hole on the roster. I don't see a hole on the roster. So why not play?
I know they got Max Clare.
Dude, they have 4 tight ends on the roster.
I know.
So they don't need a tight end. Plus, when you already got Adams and Puka on the outside and Kyren in the backfield, it don't matter. Bottom line is, they were the one team in the draft that could draft planning for the future. In terms of everything else on the roster is set, or can be dealt with the following off season.
I guess so. I mean,
But it's
like,
still a D.
I get
It's
what
a
you're
D
saying,
draft.
but it's a D draft. It's not
First of all, you
a
didn't
good
need a
draft.
fourth tight end unless
No.
you plan on Claire being your starter, not this year, but maybe the year after. But Ferguson was amazing. Terrence Ferguson was amazing last year, and he can just be the heir apparent at tight end. Maybe Keegan Trost turns into something because Rob Havenstein retired. So,
But moving on. We're doing the worst draft in the NFC West, San Francisco.
oh, San Francisco.
Dejon Stribling.
I'll tell you what. You want to know what their best pick was?
Their best pick was
Is Romello
Ephesians
Height.
Prysock. Oh, you're saying Romello Height?
Romello Height.
I would say the one value pick they had
then
was
Prysock.
Prysock. That was their best
yeah.
value pick. Kalen Black was not a good value pick. I think he can be
Nope.
good, but you don't pick in the third round. You're going to take a running back when you have Christian McCaffrey and
Well, also,
Brian
Kalen
Robinson
Black
Jr.
was Kalen Black. First of all, was like running back 15.
Yeah, and it was the same situation with
So-
Stribling. You took Stribling, and it was like, what are we
Like-
This is not. You're
I
just getting
know.
Juwan Jennings 2.0.
Well, yeah, and I know that I'm gonna compare the draft value of Black to Singleton and Allen here, but like, you could have picked one of those guys. That would have made a lot more sense.
Yeah, you needed to get better or more depth in the front seven. And sure, when you got Height,
But-
Halton, and
Well, here's
Duggar,
the thing. So,
but like those aren't.
well, here's the thing. They brought back Jerry Greenlaw after he got cut. So Greenlaw and Warner, boom.
Right, but
But
I
but
like
they
that.
traded. They traded their third best linebacker.
D. Winters.
Yeah. Then they acquired Odigizua. 2 separate trades. I don't know why you can just do it in one trade, but I digress. Right?
I did forget about the Odigizua thing, but I think the 49ers they got better this year, and really the way that
But
the
the
49ers
draft itself.
the reason they get better
an
is
F.
because they get healthy. But no, this is a D.
Oh, yes.
This is a D minus.
No, it's an F. It's an F.
This is as bad as it. This is
I'm gonna
not
tell
as
you why
bad
it's
as
an
it.
F.
Actually, no. This is not as
There's
bad.
one
as it
team
gets.
worse.
There's
There's one team that's worse.
We'll get there.
But this draft is an F, and here's why. They came out and said, we drafted based off of our board, not the consensus board. Yeah, at
Well,
least
that's
got to utilize the
fine,
consensus board
but
to figure out where they're going to get drafted.
Can we say it louder for the people in the back? Because come on, like that's how you draft. And hey, shout out to that reporter from a week ago or so who called out John Lynch on his drafting
Yes.
strategy because it doesn't work. It
No.
really isn't work. You struck gold with Brock Purdy. You act like you're the king of the world, and you know better than everyone. That was a lucky pick. What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the best draft in the division was the Seahawks, the Super Bowl
Yeah.
champions.
Yeah.
I don't care that you took a running back at pick 32. You needed to.
So here's the deal with them. You needed a running back. Now, did I think that Jadarian Price should have been a first-round pick? I don't necessarily think so.
But there was only one first-round running back, to be fair.
There was only one first-round running back.
And at pick 32, I don't really care.
I don't-
Jadarian Price was a top 5 back in the draft, and at that point, with Love already gone, you take your preference at that point.
You take your preference, but Price just isn't that next guy for me. But they do have Charbonnet,
he wasn't the
so
next
they
guy.
have a buffer. They have a buffer. It's not like
And
the end of the
Charbonnet's
world.
coming off a torn ACL, so this is their starter right now.
Bud Clark.
I love Bud
like
Clark.
that pick.
I love
that was a good.
I love
that was a good
Blood.
pick.
Bud Clark. Bud Clark,
Julian
great
Neal.
value pick. Julian Neal, great value pick.
Feels like that's okay. Bo Stevens.
great pick.
That's my favorite pick of their draft at 148.
The other 4 nice depth pieces, probably practice squad guys.
Take a shot,
but still,
I
love the first 4 picks. I love their first 4 picks.
Yeah, absolutely,
Plain and simple.
So as a whole, I mean, this is. I mean, they didn't have any great picks, right? And position wise. So with what they were dealt, this is a good draft. When you put it in the overall scheme of things,
It would have been
I
a
would
great
say
draft if they got an edge.
that would have definitely helped. I think they're sticking with what they got because I don't think they're really. I mean, they're losing Mafe and
yeah, but they weren't paying Boye Mafe
right.
$20 million a year coming off a 2-sack season.
No, so you're trying to
So that's fine.
get what you can. But the
You
point
still
is,
have Nwosu and Tank. So
as a whole, compared to all the other drafts, this is B minus.
yeah, this is a B. Absolutely, I agree.
So yeah, sweet. That is the NFC West. There you have it. An overall grade. You could do the math. Not a
not
a
a good overall grade as a
No,
division.
Not at all. All right, this is going to the AFC West here.
Yep.
We've got the Denver Broncos to kick us off. They did not have a first round pick. This is a very boring.
They didn't have a second round pick either. They were the last. I believe they were the last team in the draft to have a draft pick. But still, I think they got a couple decent players here in the draft. And I believe they had the Mr. Irrelevant pick.
They did. They have 3 picks that I really like, or that I like at least. Jonah Coleman, he was a good pick.
Yep. I like Jonah Coleman.
mean, J.K. Dobbins, you can't trust him.
Can't stay healthy.
So I think that's a good pick. Jonah Coleman also, he ticks all the boxes for me personality-wise. So
yeah, I agree.
Cage Casey, I like that pick a lot. I think he's a solid backup in the league.
I think he can be a starter.
And then I think he can be a starter, but he's he
would have
Garrett
to Bowles and Mike McGlinchey. So
he would have to really elevate to become.
But I think learning under those two guys will be fantastic for him.
When they move on, he may be a guy where it's like, okay, we got our fix. We there's no hole here. And then my favorite pick of the whole draft is Mr. Red Murdoch. If you look at his numbers are actually absurd. Let me see if I can find him.
Well, and Sam, while you're looking for that,
he had a 91.2 PFF grade. Second among all linebackers. He was a 91.3 run defense, 86.5 coverage, 82.2 tackling, and a 72.3 pass rush. He racked up 144 career tackles, 39 tackles for loss, 33 of which against the run. Ridiculous. And he had like 6 forced fumbles, some ridiculous forced fumble numbers. So, I mean, he was better than I thought he was. When he became Mr. Relevant, he kind of jumped up and everybody was talking about him for a second. But
I like the first pick of the draft too. Tyler Onyedim. I think that's a nice piece to have on the D line. I do.
I think he's a guy who's got to learn, but he can definitely become a solid.
Well, he was top 10, 15 in his position. I like.
And again, these are good picks. We're talking this is like a perspective thing. Not everybody's going to come out and be a Pro Bowler. Not everybody's going to be an All Pro. Not everybody's going to be a starter. Some of these guys are not going to be considered good. But for what these picks are, we're looking at what they can be and what these teams were trying to do.
C+ draft.
So that was a C+. I mean, you didn't have enough capital to be good.
I'm going to give you an A draft. I don't know if you want to call it an A+, but I'm going to give you an A draft.
Hit me.
Kansas City Chiefs.
Yep. So
we don't have to talk much about the players because here's the thing: they drafted a bunch of players that everybody already knows. Monster Delane, Peter Woods, R. Mason Thomas, Jaden Kennedy, Emmett Johnson, Cyrus Allen, and Garrett Nussmeier. The only player that nobody knows there is Cyrus Allen. Everybody knows the rest. Everybody knows how good these guys can be and probably will be. They literally fixed their secondary in the draft.
This is my second favorite draft in the AFC West, and it's really clear why. You got
I know what your favorite one's going to be,
right?
But that's fair.
Yeah, it's
in my opinion.
Mansour Delane. There, you got the number 1 corner. You got my number 1 interior D lineman. You got a top 10 edge rusher in the thing, and then you got probably another top 10.
I'll say top 7 safety.
Jaden Kennedy's listed as a corner.
On ESPN is listed as a safety.
On PFF, he's listed as a corner. DB.
We'll say
DB.
defensive back.
Defensive back. Emmett Johnson
I think-
was a top 5 running back. And
Yeah.
this is who I thought the Seahawks or the 49ers should have taken. That's Emmett Johnson. He should not have fallen to 161. That is
I agree.
ridiculous.
And I'll tell you this, as far as Kennedy goes, I think in terms of prospect, not who is going to be in the league, but in terms of a prospect, I've seen people compare him to a light version of Caleb Downs.
I mean, everybody loves
prospect.
comps, but I mean, yeah, it is what it is.
And if that happens, that's a great draft. Now the Chargers.
Yeah, let me pull up the Chargers. Go ahead.
I like a couple. I like Messidor. That's gonna be a great pairing to Khalil Mack. The problem is they're only 10 years apart, basically.
Yeah.
But hey, Jake Slaughter at center. He was a top 3 center in the league, or coming into the league.
And now you've got, and then at 105 they took their Quentin Johnson. Whoops, let's fix this, and grab the fastest guy in the draft who just happens to be.
Quentin Johnson had a good year
tall.
last year.
He did have a good year.
Why are we getting on him for this?
And then
that's
I
the
will
Keenan
say,
Allen replacement.
I guess it is. Well, yeah. Genesis Smith, that's a fun pick. It's an interesting pick. Pair him with Derwin James if you can. Logan Taylor's probably my favorite value pick. Actually, no. Whoops, that's not right. I got that mixed up.
Nope, wrong player, dude.
Wrong player. I mean, Brennan Thompson going at 105. That's a really good pick. Speed usually goes off quick, but this is a B draft, like B.
I agree. Travis Burke is a nice player too. We can't sleep on Burke.
It's just a good draft. But
do we call this next team an A+?
This is as close as no, it's an A+. No, they got Jermod McCoy. It's an A+.
Now, the fact that the Raiders actually flipped picks with the Bills at the top of the 4th to get him.
Mm-hmm.
I did not see him fall into the 4th round. I guess the knee injury is that scary to look at.
But here's the thing. This is a brilliant draft. You got your quarterback. You got a corner in case Jermod McCoy's knee is really messed up in trading Stukes. And then you went and got an edge.
He's listening to safety, so we'll say DB.
Okay, DB. Then you went and got a safety. Then you got a tackle. Your offensive line needs a lot of help. Trey Zune. I don't know much about him. McCoy.
Trey Zune's a center.
You just can't pass up on him. You took Mike Washington, who in my opinion is another top 5 running back. This is a guy that should have gone before Kalen Black. This is a guy who I thought should have gone before Jadarian Price, in my opinion.
And honestly, the rest of the guys, take a shot on them because you already killed the rest of the draft.
Right. Mike Washington, or Jermod McCoy is my favorite, but if I didn't want to be like everyone else, I would say Mike Washington's my favorite pick of their draft.
I like Stukes a lot.
The only problem I have with Mike Washington is he's going to play with Genty. And Mike Washington is just power and speed just put together. And my favorite
both of them. They're the same player.
Mike Washington, I thought, didn't Genty run a 4.4 or something like that?
Yeah, but they're both power and speed.
Right. But Mike Washington ran a 4.3 who runs through your face. It's his size and speed. It's such a fun combo.
The Raiders had a top 3 draft in the league in totality.
Top 5, definitely. I can confidently say that.
So, AFC West as a whole, you killed it. Definitely like really a B+, A-. Well done. You killed it.
Good job. So we've got the NFC South now. We're going to start with the Falcons. Now, this is such a fun draft. This is such a fun draft.
Now, here, I'll tell you this right now. They didn't draft an edge because apparently one of their edge rushers isn't going to jail.
Yeah, so it ended up working out for them. But
that's
pair brothers together.
There's 3 picks. Well, first of all, by the way, you now have 2 A. Terrells and 2 B. Robinsons on the same team. So that's going to be confusing.
Yeah. Now,
but the other thing is, 3. I love 3 of their picks.
3 of their picks, they have A+++.
Terrell, Zachariah Branch, Harold Perkins.
Absolutely. Harold Perkins, ridiculous value pick. Zachariah Branch, another receiver that should have gone over Dejon Stribling.
Yep.
Sorry, he just should have.
The only reason that he fell a little bit was because of the getting arrested part of things.
Oh, did he get arrested? I didn't see that.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was for, but it wasn't a driving incident, which is shocking for a Georgia player.
But for a team without a first round pick, this is a really good draft. You got a guy who's on the verge of being a first round talent in Avion Terrell, and Harold Perkins, who I thought would have gone in the 4th round. You got him in the 7th,
6th, I thought.
6th.
Let me see.
Just
6th.
no, that's the
Yep.
7th. Oh, is it the 6th? Okay,
Yeah, back
It's
into the
just
6th.
absurd. Back in, yeah, unbelievable. Not a lot of capital go off of, but
It's a
out of
B.
what you did, you killed it. It's a B. Verge of B plus. I don't want to sound redundant.
Well, the next
but-
draft, the next team we're going to go over is a B plus, and I'm going to tell you why. It's the Carolina
All right.
Panthers.
The Panthers, I really.
I'm going to tell you
enjoyed their
why.
draft.
Let me tell you why. You got a top 3 tackle in the draft, in my opinion, Monroe Freeland.
Hey Eddie, this might be an A.
It is what
This
I'm
might
saying.
be an A
It's at least a
draft.
B plus, because I don't think anyone realizes how good of a draft this really was until you go over it. Monroe Freeland, love that guy. Lee Hunter, he's probably the 5th D tackle, if not maybe the 4th D tackle in the draft.
Incredible.
Chris Brazel's a top 5 receiver for me in the draft.
Yeah, he's a lot of people liked him a
Right.
lot.
Love
Will Lee the
third. Right.
Don't know much
Sam
about him, to
Hecht
be
is a
fair.
top 5 center in the draft.
Hecht was top 3. He was top 3. It was
Honestly.
Logan Jones, him, and I
Slaughter.
guess Slaughter. Yeah.
It's Slaughter. Yeah. And
Zakee
I love
Wheatley.
Zaki Wheatley. He should not have been a
Wheatley.
5th round pick. That's a 3rd round pick he got in the 5th. Right. And I don't care.
yeah.
I don't care. Jackson Kuwatch, take a shot. You killed the rest of the draft.
What are you gonna do?
There's really not much to talk about here. Everybody knows all these players.
This is
This is
no
an
way
A.
I'm letting this.
No,
I'm
it's
not
an A.
letting this drop. It's an A.
It's an A.
This was an incredible draft, and
No,
didn't
it
like
truly
you got
was.
so much better without having to try. It was really everything fell in their lap. It felt like.
Oh, it absolutely did.
Now let's go to the Saints. Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
And man, this was up and down. Man, this was up and down.
There's a couple players here that I love.
And a couple players where I'm like,
I'm scratching my head at.
Yeah.
I love the Jordan Tyson pick.
Jordan Tyson makes so much sense. An injury-prone wide receiver. Why
I love
not?
the Christian Miller pick.
Kristen Miller was, I think he was a top 5 interior D.
Maybe top 7 D tackle.
Maybe top, yeah. Of the
Right.
draft. So I mean, getting that 42, they were flying off the board in the 1st round.
Yeah, and I love the Lorenzo Styles Jr. and Barry Brown. Oh, okay, not Barry Brown. Wrong position. The TJ Hall.
TJ Hall was a great value pick. Bryce Lance, I thought, was a pretty good pick.
Oh, and Bryce Lance is. Oscar Delp doesn't make much sense to me.
Oscar Delp doesn't make much sense. Jeremiah Wright in the position makes sense, but that
I don't know if you really needed a guard, but I guess you do.
I guess it never hurts. Bryce Lance,
Barry Brown.
I will say Bryce Lance is your Rashid Shaheed replacement right there.
Yes. But Barry
and that
Brown
I can respect.
didn't
that.
make much sense to me.
No, I feel like there were just better players available that were.
But it's still it's a B- draft to me.
Mm-hmm.
So still killing it.
Lorenzo Styles was my favorite pick.
Yeah, I agree.
Very
1000%.
excited about that. So who's our next one?
Tampa Bay is the last team in the division. This is the 2nd best draft in the division.
Yeah, I mean, you really start strong.
You got Ruben Bain at pick 15.
You got but Josiah Straughter is.
Josiah Trotter. No, Josiah Trotter is a great pick, though. I'll tell you why.
I think he's a good pick, but it's at 46 with the way linebackers are going off the board.
I know, and I'll tell you why Trotter was the pick for them. After we say, first of all, I say this. I thought Dallas, when they traded up for Downs, was going to try and keep pick 12 so they can go back-to-back with Downs and Bain.
Yeah.
Okay. That didn't happen. So we said, okay, Bain's going to go off the board at 13. He didn't. And that's when I immediately knew he's not going at 14. That's Ione to the Ravens. Like, everybody knew that was going to happen. I'm like, oh my God, Tampa's going to end up with Ruben Bain, with Yaya Diaby, and Al-Qadim Muhammad. They just fixed their edge rushing right there. Just fixed it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, Josiah Trotter. He used the pick at linebacker. They signed Alex Anzalone in free agency. That is your pass coverage linebacker. That's your Levante David replacement. Josiah Trotter is your run stopping thumper.
Right.
That's why he was the pick, not C.J. Allen, who I don't know if was on the board at the time or not. But Allen is more close. But Allen is more closely to Anzalone than
I can understand that, but
it's just for fit, and that's why they did it. Trotter's going to start day one. It's just going to he's going to start day one,
and we'll see. And we'll see if it was worth it. Yeah.
Now, Ted Hurst, your favorite, one of your favorites in the draft.
He might have been my favorite
Love the player.
Receiver.
Love the player.
Hate the fit.
Hate the fit.
He's not going to see the field, and I'm never going to be able to be proven. I'm not going to be able to be proven right, at least not immediately, because he's not going to see the field.
You're going to have to wait. You're going to have to wait for Godwin to retire.
And I have to hope that they don't ruin him in the process.
No, I agree.
Which
love
stinks.
Keontae Scott, though.
Keontae Scott was a great pick. Billy Schroff.
Love DeMonte Capehart. I love the Capehart pick. When you talk about that Clemson D line, there was always 3 players in the mix in every play. Woods and TJ Parker got talked about all the time. No one talked about DeMonte Capehart. Nobody.
I thought Schroff was my favorite late pick.
Billy Schroff was a great pick for them, for sure.
And Sharp.
Power Sharp. Take a shot,
You need some tight end depth. Cade Otton isn't necessarily the answer, so who cares?
I agree. But this is an A-.
A-, B+, right around there.
Yep, I agree.
All right, we are doing the AFC South now.
I'll tell you right now, the first team we're going to start with, there's 2 picks that I like, and that's it.
It's bad. It's
actually
really
3.
Bad.
There's 3. Houston Texans.
I don't see a single guy.
Here's the thing. Keelan Rutledge, I didn't think was the second best guard in the draft, but he is a top 5 guard in the draft. Fine.
Yeah, but
after Ione, you could have had Pregnon, which I thought was the second best guard in the draft, and you let a division rival get him.
This is why my Chattanooga pick here. It's going to be my signature Chattanooga pick. Nobody was taking him, and because here's why this is not.
Are you talking about Cole Strange?
I'm talking about Keelan Rutledge.
I know, but wasn't Cole Strange out of Chattanooga?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So this is your Cole Strange pick.
This is. I'm gonna call it the Chattanooga pick. I've been to Chattanooga. So my Chattanooga pick. You traded up for a guy nobody was gonna take in the first round.
Yep.
And you trade up for a guy who no one was gonna pick for the first 12 to 15 picks in the second round.
Because here's the thing. Pregnon and Basantis were on the board.
And if you take either of them, that's not a problem with me. But you took Rutledge.
Again, Keelan Rutledge, top 5 guard in the class. You didn't have to trade up to get him.
Now, I will say 10 picks later, you made your best.
You made up for it. You made up for it.
Cade McDonald.
Like that, he's top 3D tackle in the class, dude.
That defense is nasty.
Look at the D line, bro. Look at the D line.
It is bad, man.
And the other pick I really like is Kamari Ramsey.
Yep, I agree.
The rest of the draft, I don't care for.
Why are you taking? Do you know what Marlon Klein's numbers are?
Don't know, don't care.
Hold on.
Oh, I like Aiden Fisher. Aiden Fisher's all right. I don't care for the rest of the draft. Sam, this is a C- draft, and it's only a C- because of Cade McDonald and Kamari Ramsey.
Marlon Klein's career, 4 years at Michigan, in 36 games, he had 38 catches, 364 yards, and 1 touchdown.
He's a blocking tight end. Why?
And I understand that everybody saw that the Rams scored like 30 of their touchdowns out of a 3 tight end set. but that's a
Look,
legitimate stat. But
you know what's crazy though? This
here's
isn't
what I
even the
love.
worst blocking tight end pick in the draft.
No,
And we're
no,
gonna
it's
get
not.
to that team.
But we're going to talk about this real quick. How good does, I hate to say this because Brandon Beane has let me down a lot more recently than ever. But how ahead of the curve was Brandon Beane taking Jackson Hawes last year? He
Yeah.
would have gone in the second round at this
Mhm.
rate. And I think we got him in round 4 or something. And he is an unbelievable blocker already in the league.
Who doesn't drop passes when they're thrown to him?
No, he had like 4 touchdowns. Like he's actually
But
kind of a sneaky red zone threat. All right,
Texans
moving on.
C minus. Colts.
Yeah,
For not having a first round pick, this isn't a bad draft at all.
this is an A. I'm sorry.
I
don't
wouldn't
want
go
to
to
say
an
it.
A.
I
I'll
don't
give
want
you
to
a B
say it.
plus.
Dude, you got
Here's why it's a B plus. Let
you
me tell
gotta hold on.
Love
You gotta,
CJ Allen.
dude, round 1 kind of projected guy.
Love AJ Halsey.
Great
Okay.
pick.
Love the Bryce Bector pick.
Bector. Yep.
I really like George Gums.
George Gums.
And I really like Caden Curry.
I really like Seth McGowan too. And Deion Burks. Deion Burks is an underrated pick there at 254. I think he's a really good guy to take a shot on.
I mean, that's fair. I'm going to give it a B plus just because I just don't know why you would take Jalen Farmer. I like Jalen Farmer as a prospect. I just think you could have not taken a guard. I didn't think they needed a guard.
Right, but at 113, that's not a disastrous pick.
I mean, fair.
So here's how I see it.
But
you win and you got a better, bigger, faster, smarter Zaire Franklin. No disrespect to Zaire Franklin. And then you went and you replaced Nick Cross with AJ Halsey.
yeah.
And then you bolster the O-line. You're never going to get bashed for that unless you take a guy out of Chattanooga. And then you go get Bryce Bector. There you go. You've got a running mate for CJ.
Well, here's the thing.
And he's a multi-sport athlete.
Oh yeah, and that's the thing.
You can never go wrong there, really.
They got their starting backers right there.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And then when you got 3 edges, and then you went and got your backup running back right there, Seth McGowan.
Yeah.
I think he's an older prospect, but who cares? And then you went and got Deion Burks. Deion Burks, I know you just paid Alec Pierce a lot. Deion Burks is going to fill the role of Alec Pierce back when he started at.
Well, they traded Pittman, so.
Oh, there you go. That's true. That's a good point. That's a good
now,
point.
B plus, you can give it an A. It's still a really good draft.
It's
all things considered without a first round pick.
Yeah, that might be the best.
Can we talk about the worst draft in the NFL?
Is it that time now?
Now we're not gonna go too much into this. Okay, there's not much to say.
There's one
Emmanuel Pregnon. Sam, on ESPN, Nate Berkacher is ranked 159th in the class. They took him in round 2.
It's just
he's
upsetting.
A blocking tight end.
It upsets me to look at this and makes me so grateful I'm not a Jacksonville Jaguars fan.
Now I get you had a really good team last year.
But
okay,
you
Trevor
just
Lawrence had a career year.
Set yourself back.
I did, and they drafted another tight end later in the draft. Like, and it was and again, draft just confuses me. I don't know what they're thinking. They took the John Lynch way of drafting. They read that book apparently.
No. They read the book and then they ran with it. Okay.
Literally. The only other pick I can somewhat get behind right now
and then the
is
Communist
Wesley.
Party.
The only other pick I can get behind is Wesley Williams. He's an athletic edge that you can work with. This is an F. Moving on. There's nothing else to say.
This is an F. All right. Who's our last one?
The last team in that division.
This is the Titans.
And
the Titans did not too shabby. They actually, I love this draft. This is
I give the Titans
draft.
a B plus.
This is, I mean, I see 4 names that I immediately love.
Carnell Tate.
And they're
Anthony Hill, Nick Singleton,
Nick Singleton.
and Pat Coogan.
I would say I know you're not a fan of him, but Keldrick Falk is a good pick at 31.
The fact that he at least was a back end of the first round pick, fine. You live with that. But
And
seeing him mocked in the top 15 just did not sit well with me at all.
So him going twice as many picks later, I thought this was, those first 3 picks, bam, bam, bam. Immediate impact players all over your field. Nicholas Singleton, Tony Pollard, not sure if he's going to be healthier, as productive as he has been. The jury's out on Tyjae Spears. You got some insurance, right?
For sure, absolutely.
So I think everybody else,
considering that Singleton broke a Saquon Barkley record, yes.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, AFC South. Some pretty good drafts and
B total
and the worst draft.
It's a B minus because the Jaguars had the worst draft in the NFL.
It was so bad. All right, so we've
NFC
got
North, peeps.
NFC North. Here we go.
I'll tell you what. So Sam, there's not much to say about this team. You know why? Here's why. Dylan Thieneman, second best safety in the draft. You got him at 25. Great pick. Logan Jones. Second round pick.
Best center in the draft on my board.
I won't disagree with that.
You won the award for it. I'm going to give it to him.
Okay. Malik Muhammad in the 4th. Awesome pick.
Yep.
Right? That's your 3 awesome picks. I like Sam Roush out of Stanford.
It felt like I can't remember who it was, but there was someone on the board that I thought the Bears could kill this. And we had a friend. I think I felt like needed an interior defensive lineman. And they didn't pick one.
They got one in the 6th round.
Oh, Jordan Vandenberg.
Hall of Fame name.
I will say the guy out of Navy I liked more. I can't remember who drafted the defensive lineman.
Oh yeah, he got drafted. I remember who you're talking about. Yeah, he was a 7th round pick.
He's a dog, man.
I agree.
They got a dog in that guy. And I think he'll play right away. I know he went to Navy. I think they'll just put his service on hold for a while.
Possibly, for sure.
So I think that's what's going to happen. They did it for Aikman and all that. So was it Aikman?
Well, no, Staubach.
Sorry, my bad.
So
let's go to the Vikings. It's a B. It's a B.
I was going to go to Detroit.
All right, I'll meet you there then.
Thank you. I like Blake Miller, top 5 tackle in the class. I like that pick a lot. Derek Moore, sure, why not? Get a guy to try and pair with Aiden Hutchinson. You lost Al-Qadim Muhammad to the Bucks. Jimmy Rolder didn't confuse me a little bit, but that's your Alex Anzalone replacement. And considering what was available in the 4th round, he's probably the best guy available in the 4th. So fair enough.
I don't know about that. Red Murdoch was there.
Okay, buddy. We know Murdoch was never going to touch the 4th.
No,
their best pick is Keith Abney.
Yeah, I'd say that's pretty good. Kendrick Law's
it's a C draft though.
Pick. I would yeah.
Blake Miller and Keith Abney saved the draft.
Yeah, I agree. I think Derek Moore's not a bad pick. But...
It's not, but in terms of loving the picks, those are the only 2 I love. Now Green Bay, again, there's 2 picks I love here, and they already cut Brandon McManus, so Trace Mack is going to be their kicker.
Okay.
But I love the Brandon Cisse. It's Cisse.
Dennis Sutton. Sure. I know you love that.
That makes me so mad though that he's a Packer.
I know.
But that's their Rashawn Gary replacement. So
we're going over it. This is another team that didn't have a 1st round pick, and they were able to get a guy who's projected on the back end of the 1st round and into the 2nd round, and they got him at pick 52, which is pick 20 of the 2nd round. That's pretty good. You can't be upset.
And then they got a guy who's a day 2 projected pick in the 4th round.
Yeah. So projections suck.
It's a C+ draft.
It's
C+ draft.
I would C+, B-, somewhere around there.
And then Minnesota. There's a few guys here that I really do like. I'm gonna start from the bottom though. Damon Claiborne is their best value pick.
And I think I had him at 5 on my list
Right.
of running backs.
I like the Caleb Tiernan pick out of Northwestern. He's a dog at left tackle.
Here's my question. I'm fairly certain the other Michigan tight end went off the board, Klein. And I'm pretty sure Max Bredesen,
Max Bredesen.
he was the actual like starting tight end, and he went at 159. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but that is ridiculous. Caleb Banks.
Funny though. It's funny though.
You could have traded back 10 picks and still gotten Caleb Banks. Jalen
Probably,
Goldberg,
but the upside to Caleb Banks is phenomenal.
He does have fantastic upside.
So, and I love Jake Golday. Golday's a great pick.
I'd say they got him early. I think they got him early.
Well, with C.J. Allen being on the board, you could have had that.
To be honest, I think they got all their, other than Damon Claiborne, they got all their guys early. Charles Demings at pick 163 was from Stephen F. Austin Lumberjacks.
Yes, he was.
I mean, congratulations for being drafted, but I'm fairly certain you could have gotten him in the UDFA.
But I think my favorite pick of the Vikings is Dominique Orange. So,
love that. Iowa State repping. It's their one pick this draft.
I'll say this. I'll say this though. The as far as the NFC North is concerned, they were very average across the board.
Yeah. I mean, this was nobody had premium picks here really for the most part. And I mean, you got what you got, and now you got to see how it pans out.
Yep. I agree.
Right, we've got the AFC North.
Baltimore Ravens.
We're going to start with the Ravens. Okay.
Yeah. Ravens. They got the best O-lineman in the class.
I think Ione was my favorite offensive.
And I'm not saying that as a Penn State fan. I'm saying that because it's just true. Vega Ione, because I'm not going to try and say that full name. Nobody ever tries.
I'll give them their first 4 picks. I was like,
love Zion Young, love Jacoby Lane, love Elijah
Surratt. And I was kind of, as a Bills fan, let me point this out. As the chips were falling, and Eddie was on the phone with me, he can attest to this. As the chips were falling and Ted Hurst went off the board, I started to panic as a Bills fan. What wide receiver are we going to get? The only guys who were left that it felt like was Elijah Surratt and Skyler Bell.
Well, Chris Bell was also on the board still.
Was he on the board? Okay. Well, you knew I wasn't too high on Chris Bell, but that's a personal thing. But at the end of and then Surratt went, and I was like, oh, dang it, bro. The Ravens just took Jacoby Lane. Where are they taking Elijah Surratt too? But, their first 4 picks was great. Everything after that was kind of like, okay. It's okay. So, but because you were top stacked, that kind of gives you an edge because you were getting better players.
Yeah.
Better prospects. Let's say not better players, better prospects. Better prospects. Let's not get out of control here. So, B-.
Yeah. B- draft. I also really love the Chandler Rivers pick out of Duke.
Fair enough. I mean, we just have players we like, Sometimes it's just because their name looks cool. Or the school they're from.
Bengals.
Let's go to the Bengals.
The Bungles.
The Bungles. All right.
So here's your Navy D tackle, Landon Robinson.
So that's their best pick. But for not having a first-round pick and basically...
I love the Connor Lew pick.
So having no first-round pick and basically trading that for Dexter Lawrence. So you got an interior D tackle, right? Great. And then you went and got edge, and then you went and got a corner.
Sam.
That high end Sicario Davis? Not really. But Connor Lew?
Time out real quick.
What's up?
They will have 4 new starters on the defensive line.
Dexter Lawrence, Cassius Howell,
Boye Mafe, and Jonathan Allen.
Yeah. And Landon Robinson's going to be great.
So, and they still have their first round pick from last year who was absolute bummed, but we'll give him a chance. It was only 1 year. You got to give him a chance. Shamar Stewart, you got to give him a chance.
He got injured, yeah. Can't
the
be-
contract issue last year. But this is a B draft. I love this draft.
Yeah, it's a really good. It's surprisingly good for the Bengals. So
No, it's fair. It's true. They fixed the defense and the O line. They
So let's go to the
they invested
Steelers.
on those. And go to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, the clowns of the draft for what they for the Makai Lemon thing. But here's what I'll give them. Okay, I'm gonna give them this.
They had a
First
B
of all,
draft.
I think they might have even done better than that. First of all, Max Ionic or
Nope,
Ionicher?
Yonicher.
Yonicher is actually he had like 400 pass block snaps and didn't allow a single sack.
Yep.
That is a solid for a team that's missed on some tackles as of late. That's a really good pick. Jeremy Bernard, great pick, filling out the wide receiver room.
But I wish they would have given Roman Wilson a chance at some point, but fine, whatever.
You got whatever. Drew Aller, I've seen a recent clip of him and his footwork looks atrocious. Let's hope that Aaron Rodgers is definitely going to be back in maybe feeling an extra.
They still have, but
here like a mentorship grandpa kind of vibe.
But here's the thing, so their new head coach is the quarterback developer, so that's the one thing I will give Denny's Menu credit for.
So there's that. Jennings Dunker.
I love. Is it Jennings?
Awesome. It's Jennings.
Okay, and you skipped over Dalen Everett. That's a really good pick in the third round. This is probably a B+ draft.
Yeah. And Eli Heidenreich. It says he's a fullback. That's the running back.
That's the Navy running back who had 1,000 yards receiving.
Absurd. I mean, this guy, awesome. I love that guy.
Nope, I agree. B+ draft. Because here's the thing: the best draft in the division goes to the Cleveland Browns.
And this is the second one in a row that they've won, dude. This is
Spencer Fano and Casey Concepcion in the first. Awesome.
So
Denzel Boston and Emmanuel McNeil-Warren.
Hold on, let's just talk about this real quick. You got top 3 tackle, 2 of the top 5 wide receivers, and a top 2.
I'll say 2 of the top 7.
And then a top 2 safe, top 3
number 3. Also number 3 safety. Yeah.
Caleb Downs.
Bro, what?
Here's the problem. Caleb Downs is so far up here, I forget about him. And I just go to Thieneman. So I was like, okay buddy. Thieneman's better, but
no,
it's just a good everybody else.
I like Austin Barber a lot. I like Parker Brailsford a lot. Talon Green.
It doesn't make sense. I love Talon Green as a prospect, as a player, but he just it doesn't. The fit doesn't make sense to me.
But this is an A draft.
This is top 5 draft.
Yes.
And they've done it 2 years in a row, and nobody saw it coming last year either. That's the crazy thing. Except for Shedeur maybe working out as a 7th round pick.
5th.
Was he 6th? He was a 5th. I thought he fell a little bit further.
5th. Anyways, it's just they made up for the Dylan Gabriel mistake.
Yeah. What a waste. That's a blemish. But as a whole, that's a pretty good go.
Cleveland is going to have 8 wins this year, maybe more.
If their quarterback
room, it just depends on quarterback play.
The quarterback play will determine whether this team is a wild card team or not. I think.
Oh, I agree.
I'll
agree with that one.
Them is really good.
Now, do I think they make the playoffs? No, they're not going to make the playoffs, but they'll week 15, week 16, they'll be in contention for a playoff spot.
But they won't have a top 10 pick.
No, they'll be like 15 to 17 range.
Yeah, I think so.
But
all right,
only 2 divisions left to get to. Let's get it.
2
AFC East
left, man. Let's start with the Bills.
We're going to start with Buffalo. Now, Sam, please do not go too far in depth. We're not going to spend 20 minutes talking about one team. I ain't going to spend 20 minutes on my team. Here, let me do mine first, okay?
Okay.
TJ Parker, he was a borderline first-round pick. You got him at basically the top of the second. Well done. Okay. Davis and Igbinosun, I love that pick a lot. You questioned Jude Bowery, but then you finally saw some Jude Bowery clip or film, and you see why you took him. That's probably gonna be your swing tackle. That's your backup to
Swing tackle and
Brown
probably
and
I think he could be a future starter. All things go right,
Fair. You got your receiver in Skylar Bell. Cool. Caleb Alonso, we both love the player. I think that was a great value pick. Jalen Kilgore, great value pick. Zane Durant,
Best
great
pick of
value
the
pick.
draft. Jalen Kilgore was the best pick in the Bills draft.
I would argue my guy, but that's fair.
But Jalen Kilgore was also seen as a
day 2 pick.
Day 2 second round pick at times in some drafts.
No, that's fair. I'm gonna give your draft a B.
Yeah, without really being able to get top shelf, this is as good as I could have hoped for, even if I was so scared during the draft. TJ Parker, IGB, I like him a lot as a player. He has a stutter. I didn't know that. He has a stutter when he talks. But and this could be me being absolutely delusional, but I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 possible, actually 8 if you count Tommy Doman, because are we really going to draft a punter and not keep him? Possible future starters. Zane, Kilgore is for sure going to we only have safeties on 1-year deal outside of Bishop. So I think he's definitely going to end up filling in that role. Alarms or linebackers, huge role. Skylar Bell, definitely within a year or in a year. So Jude Bowery in the future, Igbinosun, probably cornerback 3. But he's probably going to be another year. And then TJ Parker is going to rotate in. So we've got a lot of guys who are going to get a lot of decent playing time, I think, with the new scheme. Anyways, let's go to the Dolphins.
Yep, that's who I had pulled up next.
We could not have our pal
I believe they had the most picks in the draft for a team with 13. And honestly, their draft only got better after their first pick.
That's true. I'd say after their second pick.
Okay, well, I don't mind Chris Johnson. I don't mind it.
It's just, was anybody going to take him?
Maybe. That's maybe.
I didn't see him mocked anywhere in the first round, close to the first round.
Here's what I'll say, though. This is a B+ draft. Okay. I'm not even going to talk about Caden Proctor or Chris Johnson. No need to. Jacob Rodriguez. Love it.
Cool. A+.
All right. Kyle Lewis. Love it. Michael Taff. Love it.
Michael Taff.
Kevin Coleman. Love it. And
Chris Bell was a good value pick for sure. For a team that actually, in my opinion, had the worst wide receiver players. Needs people to wear the uniform, man. Needs to fill out a 53-man roster. No, that wide receiver room was looking just absolutely awful.
Yeah, when Tutu Atwell and Jalen Tolbert are your leading guys.
Yeah, it's not what you want. But
with
Taff is going to be really
what's his
solid.
Face throwing the football? Malik Willis throwing the football?
Yeah, Jacob Rodriguez is your starting linebacker, and is going to be right next to
Jordan Brooks for a year.
Jordan Brooks. But Trey Moore and Kyle Lewis, I would not be surprised if those guys find themselves playing some. I like them both. Either. I think I like Kyle Lewis a little more than Trey Moore, but what do I know? And Kevin Coleman, Jakeem Grant Jr. 2.0. Remember him? Both small and really fast and, thick boys. Thick men.
New England.
They're really bulky.
B+ draft for Miami. That's New England. All right, so a couple things with New England. They have 2 Hall of Fame names in this draft.
They have probably
Demetrius Crownover and Quintavious Hutchins.
Don't forget about my boy, Jam Miller. I love Jam. Jam is such a fun name. Anyways,
they got the dancing tackle.
Lomu and Gabe Jacas. Unfortunately, those are their best picks. Sorry.
They are. This is a C draft. There's not much to say. They basically drafted for depth and and they got
They
it.
drafted for depth, and they drafted guys on their board, not on the consensus board. So it's really hard to
But
say.
again, they
We
didn't
can't say that it's
fail. They didn't fail at it like San Francisco and Jacksonville, though.
true.
They at least
Very
took
true.
good prospects.
It's true.
Okay.
Now let's talk about a pretty dang good draft. Let's talk about the Jets.
The Jets got aggressive.
And their first 4 picks are home runs.
Killing it. Oh,
Home runs.
yes.
Bailey, Sadiq, Cooper, Ponce. Call it
There's
a
nothing
day.
to say.
You're done.
There's
That's
nothing
4
to say.
starters. You just drafted 4 starters with star upside. VJ Payne, even at 228, was good. Cade
Yeah.
Klubnik, you need to take a quarterback. I thought Nussmeier was better. I thought you could have taken Taylor Green. I thought, but they had who they had. They
Cole
liked who
Payton
they
was on the
liked.
board, too.
Cole Payton was on. I thought quarterbacks were not taken outside of the first round, really. This was and maybe they thought about this because next year is going to be so
Or
stacked.
next year is going to be a stacked quarterback draft. At least that's the idea.
It's when it comes from a prospect perspective, yes. So, I mean, the Jets adding Cade Klubnik means they don't have to commit to anything, right?
Nope.
So it's smart.
I don't even know who their starter this year is supposed. Oh, it's Geno.
Geno
Geno
Smith.
Smith is the starter.
So
Sorry.
I think if you're the Jets, you try things out. You move.
This
things
is an
around.
A- draft.
It's
Moving
an A-.
on.
Yeah, absolutely. All right.
As a division, B-.
B-. I think the Jets. I think when in terms of best drafts, I think it goes Jets, Dolphins, Bills, Patriots.
Yeah. And the Patriots wasn't even that bad.
It wasn't even that bad compared to some of these other divisions.
Bro, Tahu.
All right. So all we have
Last
left
but not
is
least, the NFC East, who
Yes,
went
sir.
NFC beast mode in this draft. My goodness.
Holy smokes. Let's just talk. The Commanders probably, I think they had
the worst draft.
Had the worst draft, but it's kind of an A.
But the problem is they still
minus.
killed it. Sonny
They still
Styles,
killed it.
Antonio Williams, Joshua
4 picks.
Josephs, and Katron Allen.
All are great value picks. Every single one of them went later than
Below
they were
their
projected.
expectation.
And Commanders scooped him up and said, "Hey, welcome."
Yes.
Now,
that's a B+ draft to me.
The worst pick in this draft has to be the quarterback taken.
Athan Kaliakmanis. Kaliakmanis. I don't know how to say that. The Rutgers quarterback.
Kaliakmanis. Yeah,
Nussmeier was on the board. Nussmeier was on the board, and they took him over.
Nussmeier was on the board. Cole Payton was on the board, I think.
No, Cole Payton was gone by then because their rival took him. And you know what, Sam? Give me the Washington draft grade, and we'll talk about the team that took Cole Payton next.
Okay, we're gonna go. This is A-.
Philly.
Honestly, you had 4. You just grabbed 4 starters again. This is another team that grabbed 4 starters. Awesome.
Yeah. Philly. I'll tell you this. Mekhi Lemon gonna be a beast, probably. Wouldn't be surprised. Okay.
The way they did it was just vicious too. The way they
you can thank Dallas. You can thank Dallas for that. We called Philly. Okay.
But I like a lot of these. I like half these picks. Mekhi Lemon's a good pick. Eli Stowers was
and I'll tell you why they took Stowers. Stowers is going to be their guy after the season because Goddard's only on a 1-year deal, and I think Calcaterra is only on a 1-year deal.
Yeah, and then they had 110.
Markel Bell.
All right, they had Markel Bell, and then 110 picks.
But Markel Bell's huge. You know how big Markel Bell is?
Tell me how big Markel Bell is.
6'9", 346.
That's fun. That's okay. Jordan Mailata, you can retire.
But you want to talk about huge and raw athleticism.
Uar Bernard.
You are Bernard. I'm scared and terrified. I am terrified for this guy.
Now, the only thing is that he's
never
arguably
played football.
The biggest project you could have ever asked for.
But they're in position to do that because look at the other 3 defensive tackles on the roster.
Yeah. The other pick I really like is Cole Wisniewski.
Cole Payton. Oh, Cole Wisniewski. Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, they needed someone to come fill in for Reed Blankenship.
And also, before we move on, I just want to. Do you want to know who the quarterbacks on this Philly roster is?
Let me
Do you
guess.
know?
Hurts,
They got yep,
Peyton, McCoy,
McKee.
McCord. Sorry.
Oh, McCord. Oh, McCord's here too. But Tanner McKee and Andy Dalton are all rostered by the Philadelphia Eagles.
You cannot carry a 5. I forgot the Panthers traded Andy Dalton to the Eagles.
So, like, I want to know what Philly is doing here. Why do you have 5 quarterbacks?
Also, at that point, why didn't you draft Taylor Green?
No, fair.
Honestly. Now,
but it's a B+ draft, A- probably.
now let's go
somewhere in
let's
that
go to
range.
the Giants.
To the
here.
Giants.
This is
Arvell
an
Reese. Love it.
definition of an A. This is
Francis
the definition of
Maui-Noah.
an A.
Love it. Colton Hood. Love it.
Francis
After
apparently going
that-
by CC. He's going by CC Maui-Noah. This is
I'm just gonna call him Francis.
All right.
But I love the first 3 picks. You gave up half the rest of your draft for Malachi Fields. I don't know how to feel about that, but fine, whatever.
So I'm not very high on Malachi Fields. We all knew this before the draft, but I think he fills a need and fits in with the Giants better than I had
Most
previously
teams.
considered. Yeah.
No,
I mean,
agree.
like, this is what they really need. Like,
And then
they
your
needed the
6th
big
round
body guy.
picks. Your 6th round picks, you take a chance. I got no problem. I'm not gonna say A draft. I'm gonna call it a B+, purely because you had more picks that were like kind of questioning, rather than and then only 3 picks that we know you absolutely killed it.
I think that Jack Kelly is a great pick. I think that will reflect.
It's a nice value pick. I can't deny that. It's a nice value pick.
All right, now let's go to your team, best for last, the Dallas Cowboys.
You think we had the best draft in the division?
It's tough because there is a team here that got Arvell Reese and Colton Hood and all that. And there is a team that got Sonny Styles and that. And there is a team that got Makai Lemon and all that. But, I mean, I don't want to even try to rank them because that'd be tough. And also it'd be unfair.
Because they all killed it.
Caleb Downs, awesome. A+. Malachi Lawrence, good pick.
Really high upside.
Really high upside. Not what we were expecting, to say the least. I would go.
I'd rather him over Keldrick Falk.
I'm aware what you'd rather over Keldrick Falk. You'd rather have R. Mason Thomas over Keldrick Falk.
I love R. Mason Thomas.
You take TJ Parker.
I'm taking TJ Parker over Keldrick Falk.
Well, I like that. That makes me feel good. But Malachi Lawrence, B pick. Jayshawn
yeah,
Barham.
probably.
Jayshawn Barham, without digging deeper on a surface level, that's a confusing pick. It sounds like he's going to play more of
he's
middle
going to go
linebacker.
back to because remember the first 3 years he was middle linebacker, and then Michigan saw his raw athleticism and said, "You're going to play edge for us because we need an edge."
Yeah, so there's that. Drew Shelton, I know
tackle
you love that
project.
pick.
He's a project to tackle. He could be a swing tackle, but I'm not looking for much out of him year 1. But maybe he can be like my Nate Thomas guy. Love Nate Thomas.
And then Nate Thomas developed really well in Madden that one time.
Devin Moore. When Jerry called Devin and said, "You're a Dallas Cowboy," Devin said, "You got the best corner in the class." Love the confidence.
Everybody's going to say that. But yeah, you
But
do
I
love the confidence. You love the confidence. Devin
LT
Moore,
Overton.
it's a good, and then LT Overton's a great.
Like the
amount of edge rushers you've taken in the last 2 drafts is nothing short of astounding. And I'm counting Jayshawn Barham because he's listed as an edge, even though he's going to play linebacker. But
he's probably going to split.
He's a guy who can. Oh shoot, someone's hurt. Flip him in.
Yeah, basically.
So
my only thing with LT Overton is the scheme fit. But I wouldn't, because here's the thing: he's not an edge rusher, but he's also not a 3-4 defensive end.
It's going to be an interesting. And then Anthony Smith, take a shot. whatever.
Yeah, why not? And because wide receiver after Lamb, Pickens signed his franchise tag. Love that. Flanoy and Turpin. Everything else after that's up for grabs.
Here's
I
what I
don't want to
will
hear
tell you.
Jonathan Mingo. I don't want to hear Paris Campbell. Oh, and we signed Marcus Valdez-Scantling. He's gonna be on the roster.
Problems are solved. Now, if you had taken Deion Burks here, that I think would have been a perfect
Probably,
count.
and that's okay. I'm not too worried about it.
But anyways, that's what we
The
got.
NFC East as a division had the best draft.
Yes, they did. And
A- all around. A- all around.
yeah. Let us know what you think. Let us know what we got right. Let us know what we got wrong. And we might respond to you in the comments unless you heard our
And
voice.
tell us your favorite player in terms of who got drafted where, and your favorite value pick.
Yeah,
Doesn't
I'd love to
matter.
hear your
All
value
32
pick.
teams.
Yeah, don't forget
And
to
also tell us who you think was the worst pick of the draft of the 260 some odd picks.
if you
Who
say
you
Red
think was the
Murdoch, I will be upset.
I know the right answer to this to that question. I want to see who agrees with me.
Is he a tight end?
Yeah, he's a tight end.
Is his name Nate? So, anyways, like and subscribe. Like it, follow us. You can find us everywhere. And thanks for listening. If you're just even listening to the last part about the NFC East, thanks for listening. And we will catch you
Absolutely.
guys next week.